Hey, heads up, your audio is not coming through.
All right, good
And
evening.
if you just spoke, I didn't hear you.
You, are you hearing me now?
Now you're good.
All right, I
I
apologize.
haven't heard you on the TV yet, though.
All right, I apologize, folks. Yeah, it looks like I've been talking and did not have the sound going, so I hope you've been going through the grid here with me. I've showed you the standings and all that stuff, so hopefully we won't have any more technical problems here anymore tonight. The grid is getting ready to go. We're rolling out of the pits here, so let's see. Ryan Branshaw is your Cup Blue Pole Award winner. Let's bring you that one more time here. Ryan Branshaw, fastest qualifier. And once again, folks, the Misfit Media Blown Piston Racing League Truck Series on Friday night. Let me bring you back up to speed here real quickly. We are going to be doing 70 laps. The first stage is going to be ending on lap number 20. The second stage will be ending on lap number 40. And we should be able to do 17 to 19 laps on one tank of fuel. That means that the first stage is going to be extremely close as far as fuel is concerned. They do not have any more fast repairs in the series. They've decided to let that idea go because the first few races looked like people were a little bit too ambitious every once in a while. So no more fast repairs. It is what it is. If you wreck your car, you damage your car, you're going to have to deal with whatever you have. So they have 4 sets of tires to play with for the full 70 laps of the feature. So after using 4 sets of tires, that'll be it. It looks like the pace truck is in, and we are racing here in Pocono, folks. It is Roger Matthias that has a pretty good start there on the outside. Side by side with Ryan Branshaw going towards the first turn. Look at that big field of cars here. I believe we have 35 starters. Not everybody took the start. It looks like Caden Henry Oakes did not take the start, and Avery Wilson has started from pit road. He is in the final position. Ooh, we already have a yellow flag. Let's go and find out what's going on here. It looks like Mike Perry is a victim here of an incident. Let's go bring back what happened here. He's on the inside. Ooh, looks like he washes up a little bit as the 17's coming down a little bit. And that turns him around. The 23 running into him. That was the blue 23. That'd be Brian McDonald. And I believe Matt Miller was also involved there, so very unfortunate for Mike Perry. And lap number 1, we already have a caution out. Matt is on his way back, and it looks like we are going to reset the whole thing and try this again. Kevin Nicoletta and Kevin Nicoletta was probably the one that was also involved there, judging from the damage on his car. Casey Duncan, it looks like that car is somewhat damaged on the front and the rear, and well, with the long straightaway we have here at Pocono, folks, that might hurt him a little bit. Engine smoking as well, so that'll be a lengthy repair for Casey Duncan. Ryan Branshaw is your leader. All right, folks, they call Pocono the Tricky Triangle for a reason. You'll find out that turn number 1 has quite some banking. It's 14 degrees, and it is tighter than it looks. It really is a one-lane turn there. Then the second turn up top of the track is a 8-degree banking. And that is just a little bit of a lift, and you should be able to get through there pretty easily. And It could be 2 lanes if it rubbers in. The third turn is a fairly wide and sweeping turn, as you can see here. This got 6 degrees banking. Actually, we're looking at turn 2 there. 6 degrees bank. No, we're looking at turn 3. I apologize. 6 degree banking in turn 3, and then the straightaway, folks, is the longest straightaway on the entire NASCAR schedule. So this is one of the tracks with the longest. It is in fact the longest straightaway, and as you can see, it is very, very wide as well, and it invites people to draft and to pass and to slingshot. And then, as you see, they'll come into turn 1, 14 degree banking, and it's really very difficult to be on the outside here trying to make a pass. The inside is tricky as well because you can get your wheels below that yellow line on the apron. So it is called a tricky triangle for a reason. Well, we have a lot more people on pit road. Bellerby has been there, Henry Oaks, Scala, Crow, Figlin, Brian McDonald in that 23 car. He was involved in the incident. Kevin Nicoletta, Bill Voigt is in the pits. He doesn't look too bad. Casey Duncan, we knew that, and Mike Perry, they're all waiting on repairs. And the thing that is interesting to know here is that by the time the others get to turn number 3, we'll see most of these guys go out because they're not wanting to go down a lap yet. All right, that gives us a very early break already with Superior Templating, our caution flag sponsor, and we were too early for a lucky dog, and everybody was still on the lead lap, it looks like, so. And it looks like it is also a little bit early to determine a hard charger, although, well, not really. We have Randy Yoakum, and he is up 12 positions since the start of the race, and we're basically talking about half a lap, so that is a pretty good jump he's making there. Randy Yoakum is that number 8 car there on the bottom of your screen. And it looks like the lights on the truck have been turned off. And that means that we're going to go try this again, going into lap number 5 of 70. And those who have not pitted, they might actually make it to that end of the first stage on fuel, because 4 laps of yellow will obviously save you quite a bit of fuel. Normally you can run about, probably about 2 to 2.5 times the amount of laps under caution that you can when you're racing, so they should be able to make it. We'll see. And those who have pitted, they will most certainly make it. Well, we'll wait and see if Branshaw and Matthias will be going at it as they did at the first start. Matthias was on the money there. He was very quick to get away. Obviously, on restarts, it is the leader that gets to set the moment of starting. A lot of times they will wait for the radio call, but I don't believe they actually have to. They can start when they want.
Green flag, green flag.
And there we go. This time it is Ranch. They have waited for the call once again. And it is Branshaw that has a little bit better start than the first time. Roger is slotting in behind him there, and now coming to the inside, using that draft going into turn number 1. They're side by side. We have Tommy Ryan in 3rd position, and let's see how Branshaw will handle that top line there. They can stay side by side there for 2nd and 3rd position, but it looks like Roger Matthias has picked up the lead. Tommy Ryan in 3rd position there in that black and yellow car, and it's Jordan Berry in 4th. Mark Allen in the 91 is in 5th position, and Scott Wise in that orange and black car is in 6th position. So good start for Scott Wise to his race. He started out in 8th position, so he's up 2 positions already. Matthias seems to be pulling away a little bit, and it looks like Tommy Ryan is coming underneath Ryan Branshaw on the main straightaway, trying to go for that first turn in the 2nd position. It is Roger Matthias that actually is the quickest driver on the track right now. Jordan Berry to the inside of Branshaw as well. He's going to be picking up 3rd place. As you can see, that higher line, it's not like you can't drive there, but it's not going to help you very much. Matthias pulling away. Ryan in 2nd. Branshaw hangs on to 3rd. Jordan Berry behind him, and now coming under threat of the 91 of Mark Allen. Side by side there. It looks like the field is settling down somewhat here to try and get this thing underway. Scott Wise has Dominic Capilupo on his outside, and the 03 of Kenny McCullough. Berry is leading this 2nd pack here. We have Tommy Ryan is gaining on Matthias there fairly quickly, going for that inside. We know that Tommy likes to lead and works very hard on those stage wins. And obviously he wants to not only get those stage wins tonight, he wants all 3 of them, the 2 stages and the final lap. And it looks like he is doing business as usual there at the top of the field. Matthias now in 2nd. Let's see a little bit further back. We have Andrew Mraz in the 028 there. Randy Yoakum still doing very good. He is plus 16 as far as positions since the start is concerned. So he has started in the final row, and he is in 20th position already. Dwight Beverly in the 01 in front of him. He's up 5 positions, so he's made a pretty good start. Let's go bring you back up to speed here at the top of the pack. It looks like Ryan Branshaw can hang with the 2 leaders there pretty good. And then it's Jordan Berry leading the 2nd pack there. Long string of cars going down towards turn number 2. It's very easy to wash up a little high out of these flat turns, the number 2 and number 3. Number 3, as you will see here, it's fairly wide, and it kind of widens up as you exit it, and it's very easy to underestimate where that wall is and wash up in there. I've run this track a couple times with Indy cars, and it is not easy. Looks like Tommy Ryan and Matthias are back at it again, going into turn number 1. Matthias picks up the lead, and Tommy Ryan slots in right behind him there. Branshaw staying with him. Tommy Ryan once again coming back underneath the 5 already. No, tugging in behind it, trying to catch that draft, going towards turn number 2. The 16 is also drafting in there, and he's thinking the better of it, trying to save tires probably, and not going wild just early in the race. Jordan Berry has pulled away from Mark Allen, and it looks like Jordan is catching up with those leaders, so we're going to make this a 4-way thing up top here. And Mark Allen is the one leading the rest of the pack. It looks like Capilupo and Mraz are pulling ahead of Scott Wise. Scott is back in 8th position now. He's got Andrew Moore behind him. Andrew Moore has been a very solid competitor. He is 4th in the championship, and we don't talk about him much because he's kind of in the second half of the top 10 most of the time, but he's always there. He's very strong, and he finishes strong, so he's doing a very good job. That's Andrew Moore, folks, in that 77 Golf car. Bring her back up top here with Roger Matthias still leading. Tommy Ryan. Branshaw is falling back a couple car lengths. Ryan coming back again. And he takes the lead going into turn number 3. And Jordan Berry is struggling to get closer, it looks like. Ooh, it looked like we had a bit of a touch there. Matthias trying the inside once again, going towards turn one. And once again, folks, this is a very, very long straightaway, very, very wide. Looks like Ryan is not really willing to give that up. He tries to pinch that 5 down a little bit. Still side by side. Maybe Branshaw behind him can help him pick up a little bit of speed. It looks like they're actually pushing each other. And Matthias has no choice but to slot in behind Branshaw there. That is what you call working together in a NASCAR truck. Jordan Berry closes in. Oh, we have another caution, folks. Let's go and find out what has happened. That is the number 3. That is Jeff Ryan with Randy Yoakum, and the 78 is involved. And the 78, let me find out who that is. Matt Miller. Let's bring it back for you real quickly. These guys are coming through turn number 2 here. Ooh, and it looks like Jeff Ryan just went for the outside, not aware of the 8 being there. Then the Matt Miller is a innocent victim there. Couldn't stay away from the spinning cars. Very, very unfortunate. Ooh, and Jeff Ryan is in major trouble here. Let's see what happened to Matt Miller. He is behind it. He's trying to dive to the inside and just gets clipped by Jeff Ryan there. All right, that brings Jeff Ryan on pit road. Casey Duncan is also on pit road. I'm not sure if that's still or... it's probably still. All right, so let's find out if we have a lucky dog. The 41 and the 35 there, that is Kevin Nicoletta and Byron McDonald. And we see several drivers diving into pit road. Jordan Berry, Branshaw, Mraz, Nicholas. A lot of people not sure about the fuel maybe. Or maybe just opting for new tires. Haven't seen anybody being sent around. And actually... there goes the 41 of Kevin Nicoletta, and it looks like that is your lucky dog. All right, folks, lap number 13. The 41 was our lucky dog. We are under yellow. Time to catch your breath with the superior templating caution flag, and looks like the lights on the truck are still on. They might be going out right here. And it certainly looks like it. We are going to go back to racing, going into lap number 15. currently we have Chris Scala and Jason Branch, both of them 25 spots up, so they're tight for that Hard Charger award currently. And it looks like actually Jason Branch is, well, that's because he's ahead of the guy that is next to him. So these guys are tight for the Hard Charger award. And obviously Tommy Ryan is doing some pretty good business here for his DXP frontman aspirations, leading quite a few laps, and he is up there in that competition as well. With Brian Fallon not being here, that is obviously going to change after this race. And there goes the truck. We are back at it here in Pocono, going into lap number 15. It is Tommy Ryan being followed by the 91 of Mark Allen there in the second position. Roger Matthias seems to have had a little bit of a hesitant moment there at the start. Dominic Capilupo is already coming to his inside with the 77 of Andrew Moore and Scott Wise with them. Tommy Ryan hangs on to the lead. Mark Allen follows. Jim Thorndike coming along the 09 of Aaron Gerwitz. Going into turn number 2. It looks like we have Moore and Wise side by side in front of him there. Going for 5th position there. In turn number 3, still side by side, and there it looks like that outside line just really doesn't work all that well. Tommy Ryan is your leader, and look at him pulling away from Mark Allen here. Almost half a second already after one lap. Dominique Capilupo in the number 11 car. That is the white machine you see there, the FedEx livery. He is in 3rd. In front of Matthias, and it looks like Scott Wise and Andrew Moore are following there for 5th and 6th. Scott has picked up 5th, but Andrew is probably thinking what he can do about it. Close behind there. Ron Schutte is moving along Ryan Branshaw there. On his inside, Branshaw dropped back significantly. He's been in the pits. He's actually the first of the ones that pitted, and that means his fresh tires might help him a little bit. Ooh, it looks like there's a little bit of a touch between him and Ron Schutte. And Capilupo coming under fire of Mark Allen, or actually I should say Capilupo has passed Mark Allen, and Mark is trying to fight back. Matthias coming to his inside to pick up 3rd position into turn number 1. And Mark has no choice but to slot in behind the number 5 car there in 4th. Scott Wise in 5th. Still has Andrew Moore close behind him with Jim Thorndike. And it looks like Matthias and Capilupo are pulling away from Allen a little bit. Going and working their way towards Tommy Ryan. That advantage is shrinking. Although he comes off of turn number 3 extremely good here. Capilupo in that white car. Matthias in the gray car. Mark Allen leading Scott Wise. Thorndike and the 09 of Gerwitz side by side. It looks like Gerwitz is pulling ahead. But we have the 13 on the inside line there. Oh, he lets him go. Branshaw with him now. And Andrew Mraz in that 028 car. Hey, let's ride along with Roger Matthias for a moment. Ryan trying to break the draft. And it looks like Matthias has a very good handling car there. Running very solid, calm. Draft is pulling him towards Capolupo. Going to turn number 2, slight lift. And Tommy Ryan really not walking away anymore. But once again, here in turn 3, Tommy Ryan comes off of that turn really well. Roger Matthias in the 5 car. He is following Capolupo. Ooh, that looks like Thorndike jumping out of line there, going 3 wide into turn number 1. Ooh, the 91 got really close in front of that 77, but he hangs on to the position. He's in 7th. He's been passed by Andrew Mraz. And Branshaw's made his way back up into 5th position. Tommy Ryan and Capolupo are now side by side. And Matthias in the mix as well. We have an issue for Figlin. Looks like he scraped the wall somewhere. See if we can bring that back. Ooh, yeah, he gets off track there a little bit. And he saves it from going around. Very, very nicely done. Ryan hanging on to that lead. Now he's got 2 car lengths on Roger and Dominique Capolupo in 3rd. Scott Wise has picked up 4th position, and he's pulling along Ryan Branshaw and Andrew Mraz. Branshaw being pushed by Mraz there to the inside of Scott Wise. Turn number 2, Wise has to take the wider line. And it looks like Branshaw is trying to pull Mraz with him, and that actually works. Going into 3, Scott Wise has to settle for 6th. Ooh, we have Matthias on pit road. And that means we have finished the first stage, folks. I'm sorry about that. Already in lap 22, it's time for fuel for the guys who haven't stopped. Tommy Ryan picks up the stage win once again. So good job for him. He is very good at bringing those stages home. And like last week in the Xfinity cars, he is pulling off a stage win here in the trucks as well. Matthias, Allen, Figlin, Schutte on pit road. Matt Miller, not sure how Matt Miller is doing. He's 9 laps behind. He is probably hasn't been out there since his incident. There is Tommy Ryan coming into the pits with Capolupo following closely behind. Ooh, it looks like Capolupo. Ooh, he might be picking up a speeding penalty there. We'll see how that pans out. And it's Ryan Branshaw picking up the lead. Andrew Mraz stealing it away from him already. These guys have last been on the pit road on lap number 12, so they're not that far behind as far as fuel is concerned. They'll be coming in. Oh. Let's see, they'll be coming in the 27, 28, somewhere in that area. Caden Henry Oaks in 3rd. Chris Scala now in 4th. Caden Henry Oaks currently plus 31 on position, so that would give him a good run for the Hard Charger Award, but obviously we're off sequence on pit stops. But let's give it to him for now. Andrew Moore down pit road. And Roger Matthias and Tommy Ryan are up there in the 22nd and 23rd position currently. Looks like Matthias has beat Tommy Ryan out of those pits by some margin there. Mraz and Ryan Branshaw battling for the lead. Ryan going to the inside. Mraz has a bit of a sliding moment. Wasn't sure whether he could bring it underneath there. Tries to stay behind now. Scala and Jason Branch on pit road now. Avery Wilson up in 4th. Roger Matthias currently the quickest driver on the track. He's just improved the best lap time of the night. So that's the difference between older and newer tires. Lap 25 going into 26. Mraz is your leader. Scott Wise has been on pit road on lap 22. He is now running in 22nd position. Matthias, Ryan, and Capilupo are in the same area there, but the distance between them has increased. Oh, we're missing Kenny McCullough. He went out of the race. Not sure what happened to him. Branshaw now behind Mraz, trying to catch that draft. Always works well here on that long straightaway. Can he pop out and do something in turn 1? Maybe he doesn't even want to. Running well together here. Let's bring out that pit strategy and see how far they are. They still have a bit to go. They have got 14 laps on the fuel right now. And there you see Branshaw having over 4.5 seconds on Henry Oakes. But fairly close for the lead here. Let's go check on Caden Henry Oakes. He's got some traffic around him. That's the 15 of... Why can I not find the 15? There he is, Chris Scala. Chris is running in 31st position, and he is quicker than the guys a lap ahead of him. He's trying to catch up, obviously. He's pitted last on lap 12, so he's pretty much due for another stop soon, as are Mraz and Branshaw. Pretty much the first 18 positions right now, 1 through 18, they all have to come and pit. And on the left side of your screen, you can see that Matthias and Ryan are 1 lap behind the leader. Well, actually almost a lap behind the leader, not quite. Rainville has passed Caden Henry Oak, and so has Avery Wilson. They are now 3 and 4. Caden now in 5th. Randy Bledsoe in that 87 car is 81 car. I'm sorry, he is in 6th. Jordan Berry in the 51 in 7th. Ryan Nicoletta is 8th. J.D. Crow is 9th, and David Dolliver rounds out your top 10 there. Randy Perdue, 29, and we have Brian Rainville coming down pit road. Looks like Ryan Branshaw is not able to stay with Miraz there. Back markers may have had something to do with that. Not sure if he had a wiggle or a slide or whatever. Yeah, they're staying out. Lap 30, we're getting close to that second stage here. Coming up on the 91. And behind Mraz, you can see Chris Scala in that 15 car. He's fast. He's running quicker than the leader here. Mraz going to the inside there of the 91. And the 15 just coming right with him there. Passing the leader, taking back one lap. And there we have Mraz diving into pit road. Ryan Branshaw following his example. Caden Henry Oaks doing the same thing. That makes Avery Wilson our new leader here tonight, with Randy Bledsoe in second. He is 3.5 seconds behind Avery. And it looks like Mraz come out ahead of Branshaw. He was ahead of Branshaw, so that would be in the line of expectations. And it looks like they are out. Ooh. The number 1, Avery Wilson, messes up going into the pits. And that is a little tricky. Let's see how that occurred here. Little bit late, maybe. He's definitely picked up a speeding penalty there. You have to be on the pit speed by those yellow cones. And he gets avoided by the others. That is somewhat of a costly mistake there. Jordan Berry's still out there. He's currently leading in front of Guy Schneider. That is Casey Duncan that's passing him. He is not for position. Casey Duncan is quite a ways back after his earlier incident. He's running in 37th position, but he is still running. Jordan Berry now coming into the pits. Guy Schneider following him in there in that new livery. Kenny McCullough is back at it again. We missed him for a little bit. Or was that? No, that was something else. Somebody else. I'm not sure. I thought he was missing for a little bit. Tommy Ryan is back in the lead. He has last pitted on lap number 22. He's got Roger Matthias fairly close behind him. He should be good for the second stage. Dominique Capalupo is about 5 seconds behind these guys in third position. Scott Wise running in third. Andrew Mraz in fifth and passing Scott Wise. Newer tires will help him, obviously. Jason Branch in sixth position. That looks like Jeff Ryan going out of the way. Halfway into this race, folks, lap number 35 of 70. Very few incidents, and that's the way we would like to see it in this series, and we're kind of back at where we were last season, it looks like, with the trucks. Good job these guys are doing. Field is pretty stretched out. That's the bad part of it. Jason Branch is chasing down Scott Wise. That's for fifth and sixth position, and it looks like Jason's got a quicker car there. Diving into turn number one. Scott leaving him the room he needs. And it looks like Jason Branch picks up that fifth position, and folks, he is up 32 positions since the start of the race. So that makes him the hard charger of the moment. Even though he might lose one of those 32 spots right now to Scott Wise, he would still be the hardest charger. So good job there for Jason Branch. Scott picks up that fifth position once again. Looks like Aaron Gerwitz and Jim Thorndike are closing in on these guys as well. And it looks like Jason can hold on to it there on the higher side. Andrew Mraz has passed Dominique Capalupo. Let's give that back to you really quickly. Going into turn number 2, I believe. Yes. Basically just passed him on the draft. Jason Branch. Aaron Gerwitz and Thorndike have caught up to Scott Wise. They're going to make it 3 wide going into turn 1. Oh, Jason Branch is blinking out a little bit. It looks like Thorndike thinks the better of that. He pulls out early enough for the other guys to have plenty of room there. Gerwitz is now in 6th with Scott Wise in 7th on the higher side. And Jim Thorndike right behind him. Scott Wise washing up there. Well, he can keep it off the wall. The car behind him is not for position. That is Avery Wilson. See if I can find him real quick. Avery is in 29th position. Obviously that pit entry that went south didn't help him very much. And it looks like Scott is pulling away a little bit from Aaron and Jim. Matthias into the pits on lap number 40. He ran out of fuel too early. One more lap for that second stage win for Tommy Ryan. It looks like Matthias just barely miscalculated that. He went into the pits a lap earlier on the last round of pit stops, lap 21 and 22. So Tommy Ryan, folks, is going to pick up that stage 2 win. That means 2 for 2 so far. And now he wants to finish the race in the same position, picking up his first win. There you have it, Tommy Ryan. Andrew Mraz picks up second in the stage. Capolupo third. Branch fourth. Scott Wise barely brings it in fifth, and Gerwitz and Thorndike are still at it behind him. Well, I'm sure it won't be that long until we see some other people on pit road. There's Ron Schutte, the 28 car. And there we have Tommy Ryan diving to the left there, coming off turn 3. He is on pit road. Same thing for Andrew Mraz in that 028 car. Dominique Capolupo follows them in the 11. Jason Branch follows them in the 22. Gerwitz, Wise, Thorndike. Oops, that is Moore. That's not Thorndike. Moore stays out there. Brian Rainville has stayed out. He last pitted on lap 29. So he picks up the lead right now. Moore is 4 seconds behind Brian Rainville. Jordan Berry is fairly close behind Moore. Tommy Ryan coming back out in 16th position currently. And there is Capolupo. Matthias beat both of them out by about a second. Matthias in 15th. Bledsoe and, oh, there's Andrew Moore going down pit road. We had Bledsoe. Let's see. Caden Henry Oaks is about 4 seconds behind him. Bledsoe is fairly close behind Jordan Berry, second and third position. Ryan Nicoletta is battling with Caden Henry Oaks there. Oh, Nicoletta coming around the outside. Whew. So, kind of makes you think that Caden had to get off the throttle there. Chris Scala on pit road. See what is happening to Tommy Ryan has passed Matthias, reeled him in and passed him for 12th position. Scala coming back out. Yoakum on pit road. He's been sitting there for a while. Kevin Nicoletta seems to be in trouble here. I'm not sure what's going on, but he's missing speed. Damage on the right front, left front. And he's trying very, very hard to stay out of everybody's way here. That car doesn't seem to be moving very fast, and it doesn't seem to handle all that well. Very slow, actually, at this point. We see Brian Rainville head to pit road. And that means, folks, that Jordan Berry is picking up the lead here on lap number 46. Let's take a look at our Chargers. It looks like currently we have Caden Henry Oaks as our hard charger. He is 27 spots in the positive. And actually, that's my mistake. J.D. Crow is in 5th position ahead of him, also 26 positions up. So it's between JD and Caden for that hard charger award. Brian coming back out. Jordan still leading, 1.17 seconds ahead of Bledsoe, so that's not that much. Would expect both of them on pit road fairly soon. And it looks like Tommy Ryan and Miraz are pretty close together for 9th position, and then Guy, no, that's the 91 of Mark Allen behind him. That's not for position. Ryan going around the 41. Ryan Nicoletta still behind Purdue in that 29. That's for 3rd and 4th. And J.D. Crow is right with him there. Spots up currently, JD. So he's been doing a pretty good job here tonight, that's for sure. All right, there's your leader, Jordan Berry. Still not going in. Behind Avery Wilson. Going around fairly wide here. Avery on his turn was also going around somebody. That looked like Dwight Beverly. No, that looked like, I'm sorry, Byron McDonald. Well, we'll say Jordan is staying out quite long. He is last pitted on 33, so let's see here. He should be coming in fairly shortly. There's David Dolliver in that or that black and yellow 23. Mraz on pit road. Caden Henry Oaks on pit road. Let's see where we have Tommy Ryan is already up in 6th position. Pitted last on 41, so he's not going to make it to the end. He will have at least one more stop. And for the guys that are pitting now, like Jordan Berry, he hasn't been in yet for his since lap 33, but he should be able. Well, he needs a couple more laps, and then he might be able to make it to the end. Handley on pit road in the 4, giving up 8th position. Tommy Ryan, let's go check on Tommy Ryan in 6th. Closing in on Ryan Nicoletta. He's got about 6 seconds between him and Matthias. And then Schneider is pretty close behind Matthias. Schneider is off sequence as far as the pit stops is concerned with the guys he's racing right now. And there we have Bledsoe coming down pit road in the 81, giving up 2nd position. And I think Jordan Berry is trying to stretch this as far as he can get it, because that might mean that he would be able to be making it to the end, and that is a good thing, because Matthias and Schneider and Ryan, they still would have to come in. They're not going to make it. There's Randy Perdue, Nicoletta, Crow, Jason Branch, currently in 6th. And that means he is 31 positions up. That makes him a hard charger. There's Jordan Berry in the pits. Lap number 52 going into 53. And that tells me that he should be good until the end. Everybody that is pitting now, which is also Avery Wilson. And let's see, we have had Bledsoe in the pits on lap 51, Perdue. Those guys should be good, especially one yellow. Well, one yellow will pretty much ruin the whole thing. Ooh, Avery overshoots his pit there. But Tommy Ryan is not good till the end. He pitted last on lap 41. That would mean 30 laps. That's not going to work. Being followed there by Casey Duncan. Casey is still in 35th position, had an early incident, and it looks like that car is somewhat fixed up, but he's been struggling a little bit. Schneider coming off pit road. That is Dwight Beverly coming up behind him in the 01. As said, Dwight is the replacement driver for Brian Fallon tonight. First time in the series, doing a very good job. Currently in 20th position. And it looks to me like Tommy Ryan is fairly close behind him. Tommy looks like he scuffed the wall at some point as well. That right front tire is a little bit exposed. 8 seconds further back is Roger Matthias. Capilupo another 6 seconds back. Jason Branch in 4th. There's Tommy Ryan going to pit road. That'll be his final stop as well. So it'll be interesting to see where he comes out compared to Jordan Berry. Matthias also in. for what will be his final pit stop. Now Jordan Berry is currently running in 11th position. He's coming on to the main straightaway right now. So he'll be passing Matthias and Ryan. And Tommy Ryan coming out. So there's quite a bit of space between these guys, about 4 or 5 seconds, I would say. Everybody ahead of Jordan Berry still needs to make a pit stop. Capilupo is your current leader. Lap number 55 of 70, going into 56. And that means we have 15 more laps to go. He is not good till the end. Jason Branch knows it. He's coming in. Jim Thorndike knows it. He's coming in. Ryan Branshaw knows it. He is coming in. Actually, Bledsoe is behind Berry by only about 2.6 seconds. That means that Bledsoe could actually be a factor in this race here tonight. Jordan Berry already up to 6th. Capilupo going to pit road. That will be his final stop. Let's see where he pans out. Then Scott Wise coming in for what will be his last stop. Berry going by there now on the main straightaway. He's got a good lead on Bledsoe, 3.1 seconds. Car's not entirely free of problems, but it looks like he's fast enough. He's running 55.78 as lap times. And that looks like he's currently quicker than most everybody. He's on the fresh tires, obviously. Looks like Jordan Berry is doing a good job here, and he's got a pretty good chance of bringing this home. Chris Scala is behind Bledsoe in 6th, but he still needs to pit. And Brian Rainville's got a very good lead on Aaron Gerwitz. They're about 4.5 seconds apart. Andrew Moore is running right behind Gerwitz in 3rd. But Rainville, Gerwitz, and Moore, we're still going to see those guys on pit road. And once again, Andrew Moore is just always up there. He's always in the mix. You don't get to see him leading a whole lot of races. You don't get to see him win, but he's always there, and he's doing very good in the championship because of it. He's 4th in the standings. There he comes on pit road. Very solid driver, very reliable driver. Sounds almost like he's coasting, but it's hard to tell from the distance. Rainville. I don't think Gerwitz can even see Rainville. A lot of distance between these guys. Now, obviously, a yellow flag would throw a big wrench in a lot of people's ambitions here, as we see Aaron Gerwitz go down pit road. Well, we've been racing for quite some time, folks. We're not seeing very many incidents, and that is a very good thing. That was exactly what Season 1 was like in the trucks, and it looks like we're back on track. Brian Rainville behind the 028 there. Andrew Mraz in 29th position. He's dropped back quite a bit. I'm not sure what happened to him. Rainville keeps on moving. And despite being on fairly old tires, he is not running bad lap times at all. He's really not on, I mean, he went to the pits on lap 45, so his tires are not that old. He's just not good for fuel to the end unless he pulls off some kind of miracle.
Caution, yellow flag.
Oh, that's going to change everything. Let's see what's going on. Ooh, the 29 and Jeff Ryan. That is Randy Perdue and Jeff Ryan coming together there. Let's see if we can find out exactly what happened. Oops, a little further back here. Looks like Jeff's got a good run on the turn there. Tries to go to the outside and then really tapping the back end of that 29, which I think would be a little bit preventable if you just lift for just a tad. But what do I know? Well, that changes everything, folks. It will bring everybody back closely together. Brian Rainville undoubtedly will be going to pit road, but maybe some of the other guys will as well. Just to get some fresh tires for that spurt to the end. There's also been an issue with Mark Allen. Can't quite tell what's going on. Looks like a, ooh, yes, and we have everybody there going in pit road. Led in by Brian Rainville, Jordan Berry, Bledsoe, J.D. Crow, Guy Snyder staying out. Does he know something we don't know? He should be good for fuel, but these other guys are all opting for tires. And Schneider, Capolupo, and Thorndike staying out, opting for track position, as is Scott Wise and Gerwitz. We have the number 18 going around. That should be our lucky dog. Where you at? That is Avery Wilson. He is our SFI lucky dog. And it looks like he is going to take it to pit road as well. Guy Schneider is the leader. Now where is Jordan Berry? He dropped down to 8th position. Brian Rainville and Bledsoe beat him out of the pits. So Brian Rainville is the first of the drivers that pitted. Matthias, Branshaw, Wilson. Matthias is down in 18th. Let's see where Tommy Ryan is. Tommy Ryan has been sitting on pit road. Something must have happened to him. Looks like he's got some damage on the back end there. And he's 11 laps down, so it looks like he is not going to be continuing here. Unfortunate for him. 2 stage wins is all he brings home again tonight. Schneider staying out, so it'll be a battle between the guys on the older tires, which would be Schneider. Lap 52 was his last pit stop. And then Capolupo, Thorndike, Wise, Gerwitz, and then Rainville in 6th position is the first one that went out for new tires. So I expect those guys to be able to move up. We've got a little bit to go here. It looks like we're lining them up already. Looks like indeed the lights on the pace car are out. And that means we're going into going green flag racing, going into lap 56, which gives us 6 laps to settle this thing. And some of these guys will be cursing that yellow because somebody like Jordan Berry was looking pretty good for the win there. Berry now in 8th, so he's not out of this yet, but it's going to be a little tough. There we go, folks. Guy Schneider is quick to react here. He pulls away from Capolupo. It is Thorndike on the inside in that number 13, and Scott Wise in the 31 trying to stay behind him. Ooh, almost 3 wide. No, not quite. Scott seems to slot in behind the 13, and Capolupo dropping off a little bit there. Guy Schneider's got a good lead. But the question is, remaining, how well will his rubber hold up? Thorndike closing in on him already. Scott Wise in 4th. Thorndike coming to the inside. And he gets it in there, and it looks like he's getting it done. Coming onto the main straightaway. Schneider staying on the high side. The Thorndike getting some help from Capolupo there. Wise is still on that inside there as well in 4th. And we see Jordan Berry in 6th position, so he's passed Bledsoe already. Gerwitz in 5th. They're catching up to these guys. They're coming to that group here. Scott Wise moves into 3rd at the cost of, I believe that was Gerwitz. No, that was Guy Schneider dropping back. He's on that outside line there now. Thorndike still ahead. Scott Wise moves into 3rd. Gerwitz is alongside him. No, it looks like Scott is picking up 3rd position here. Aaron
Yellow flag.
Another one. The 91 of Mark Allen involved. Let's go find out what happened. Ooh, he got on that curb there, bounced around, and lost control of the car. Let's bring it back a little bit further. He is on the inside of the 01. That is Dwight Beverly. He gets on that curb, it looks like, and he just loses control on those bumps there, and It looks like the 01 got continued on without very much damage. Rainville's still on pit road as well. All right, let's catch up with these guys here. That means we're going to be going into a green, white, checkered, folks. As they are catching up behind the pace car, we have Thorndike in the lead, Capilupo, then Scott Wise in third, Gurwitz in fourth, and Jordan Berry in fifth. So I'm not counting out Jordan Berry here at all. Sincerely doubt that we'll see anybody giving up their track position now. We have been in the pit fairly recently. They should all be good for fuel. Jason Branch, currently up 28 positions. He is your hard charger at this point. Yeah, I didn't think so. We don't see anybody giving up their track position now. Trying to see if we have a lucky dog. There we go. That looks like David Dolliver. He is going to be our SFI lucky dog. Closing stages, folks, of the Misfit Media Blown Piston Racing League Truck Series on Friday night here at Pocono. Lap 69, we're not yet ready to go green. I think we will see the lights of the pace car go out as we pass the flag stand here. As we're riding along here for a moment with Jim Thorndike in the number 13 car. Looks like he's got a pretty cool helmet design there. And indeed, it looks like the pace car lights have been turned off. We're going to do a green, white, checkered here. And looking at the clock, it doesn't look like we're going to have too many of them because the race will expire in less than 10 minutes. So whatever comes first, the green, white, checkered, or the clock at 1 hour and 25 minutes. I believe last Sunday we had that same issue with the B cars. All right, so Capilupo on the outside of that first row, Scott Wise and Aaron Gurwitz on the second row, and then Jordan Berry and Randy Bledsoe on the third row. So let's not count these guys out here, folks. It's a very, very good race so far for Scott Wise. He's been struggling a little bit this season, but he is up there in third. Looking pretty strong tonight. There we go.
Green, green, green.
This will be it, folks. There is not that much time left for another green-white checkered, so this will probably be the shootout for the finish. Thorndike and Capilupo side by side towards turn number one. Look at that. The entire field is trying to dive to the inside of turn number one. Thorndike has it. Scott Wise is in second. Capilupo is on the outside, caught out. Jordan Berry is behind Scott Wise already. That means that Jordan Berry's got a good run on the start there. Oh, we have a yellow in the back end. That is the 19 and the 3, Jeff Ryan, and not Matt Miller, it's the 19. That is Caden Henry Oaks. Let's go and bring that back. Oops. Let's see if we can find out what happened. Gotta do it this way. I apologize for that. There we have it. Caden Henry Oaks in the 19 car. Ooh, looks like the 7 was coming to the inside there and tapped the 19, and that started a chain reaction that involved the number 3. All right, we're going to have to keep an eye on the clock here as well, folks, because we are at 1 minute 20 and we have 5 minutes left in the allotted race time. Try to see if there is a lucky dog. Hardest charger at this point is Chris Scala in the number 15 car for the R&R Enterprises Hard Charger Award. Up 26 positions since the start. And Jimmy Thorndike obviously adding a lot of points to his DXP frontman ambitions here. Jason Branch having to go to pit road. So there's some guys that may be very short on fuel here. The people that have pitted on lap 51 might run into trouble. You can see some of them on pit road. There's David Dolliver, Jason Branch, Wilson, Byron McDonald, and it looks like the 44 is our lucky dog. That is Don Bellerby. He is your SFI lucky dog. Now, we'll have to keep an eye on the clock. 1 minute 23 almost. Lights on the pace car haven't been turned off, so it might be just a one-lap shootout if we go green at all. Which I kind of doubt, because under yellow we are not running very fast. Yeah, I don't believe we're going to be able to go green. Lights on that truck are not very good, very well visible. It does look like they have been turned off. Yes, indeed. We are in the final minute, so if anything, we'll have one spurt to the finish from turn 3 to the line. That will probably be it. Maybe one lap. I don't know how iRacing would calculate that time. If they give you an extra lap if we're ready to go green, we'll have to wait and see how that works. Half a minute. I don't believe we're going to go green. Well, if anything, they'll probably have one spurt to the line when the truck goes in. Time has officially expired, so when they cross the line, I'm fairly sure they're going to see the checkered. And that is exactly what's happening.
Green.
Well, we may be doing a lap here, going into lap 75. Yeah, it looks like they're going to have us do at least one lap. Thorndike stays ahead. Capolupo puts himself in second position there. Scott Wise in third. Jordan Berry is right there with him in fourth position. Guy Snyder in fifth. Thorndike's hanging on. Yeah, he still has it. Let's see what race control does here. Ooh, somebody running wide. That was Jordan Berry. One more lap. They do get the white flag here, so one more lap to go. Thorndike, oh, no. Big crash there on the main straightaway. Looks like there's no yellow coming out. We're going to keep on racing to the line. Thorndike has a good lead on Capolupo. Scott Wise on the outside there for second place. Gurwitz and Nicoletto following. Gurwitz is still in striking distance, I would say. Well, barely. Well, let's see what is going on here. I believe they already finished the race the lap before here because the scoring isn't working anymore. Thorndike is winning. Scott Wise is rolling over the line in second position, but scoring shows him in third. I've had this before. When the time expires, it doesn't really work the way it should. I apologize for that. So scoring may not give you the correct finish. I'm not sure if this is correct, folks. We'll have to wait and see. This is unofficial for sure. Maybe we can talk to Lauren real quick. Hey, Dominic, this is Mark in the booth. Can you hear me?
I got you.
All right, sir. I am not 100% sure what the correct order is at this point. It looked like you guys finished there at lap 76, but scoring has stopped on lap 75. That would mean that Capalupo is second and Wise is third, but I'm not sure what you guys have heard.
That's what it should be. It should be 13, 11, 31.
Okay, so they did finish it at the end of 75.
That being a one-lap shootout.
Yeah. Okay. That the problem is when the time expires, the scoring system that I have doesn't pick that up as it should. But okay, that makes perfect sense because the time was in fact expired. So let's talk about your race there, Dominic. It looked like you had a pretty good evening here.
Yeah, the truck felt good. I felt like I was strong on long runs, and it seemed to happen that way. And I think we got just cycle out a little bit on the first cycle of green flag pit stops. But other than that, third in both stages and a second. Can't complain about it too much. I wish I had one more lap. I think I had some for the 13.
Yeah, unfortunately, that was not to be, my friend. It looked to me like I'm not really sure how things went mid race for you. You did get cycled back a little bit, didn't you?
Yeah, I just kind of never really lost the track position. It was just really the time lost. I think the 6, he was really fast today. I kind of curious what happened to him, but he had a strong truck. Same with my teammate, the 5, Roger. He had a really good race too. I thought us three were the class of the field.
Well, it looked like a bit of a messy finish there at the end. We had a really good long stretch of green flag racing, the way we are used to from season one with these trucks, and then if I guess 5 laps before the finish it goes bad, and on the final lap it goes bad again. What do you think causes that? Is it just being impatient and too eager?
Yeah, especially after you get a long green flag run like that, people are fatigued because it takes a lot on these. It takes a lot out of you on those long green flag runs, and then you see there's only 5 to go. Especially then you just try to get everything you can, and people start arguing over space. And even at a track so wide like Pocono, you run out of space with everyone trying to make moves because restarts are big at getting passes at this track. It is very hard to pass once you get lined up.
Absolutely, yeah. That is quite noticeable. Turn one actually. I always have the feeling that turn one. I mean, it looks fairly wide, and with the banking, it kind of gives you the feel that you should be able to do 2 lanes, but it really doesn't work, does it?
Yeah, it's very tough to get that outside line going in turn one because it's so bumpy. You hit a bump down in there if you run in the middle, and it kind of just sends your truck anywhere. Really, you lose control for a second. So unless the outside kind of works off, but you lose so much on the entrance in the middle, it's like you got to be on that inside to be able to make up some time.
Okay, I hear you. Well, I mean, you seem to be doing okay there, especially on that restart. It looked like you had something for Scott there going on his inside on turn one, actually. So is that where you made that final pass? You think?
I was trying to just get on that 13's bumper and try to get us ahead like Scott did the restart before. That's what happened because I was second and Scott was able to get all over the back of the 13, push both of them by me. So I tried to do the same thing. And then when I dove into turn one, I just drove it in there and tried to clear Scott before the center of the corner. And luckily the truck stuck.
Sometimes it's a bit of a do or die moment, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, just sometimes at the end of these races, you got to try to do things that you haven't done the rest of the race. And I really sent it in there, not knowing if the tires in the truck would grip up and handle it.
I see. Okay. All right, Dominic. Well, it's a good night for you, man. Congratulations on a good race, second place. Any love yous and shout and thank yous you want to throw out?
It's gotta, thank fans. I was streaming tonight and had a few guys watching. Thanks Scott again for giving me the chance to run in the league and run for a team that he owns. It's been nothing but fun since I've joined this league at the end of last season. So I'm so excited to get back out there in a couple weeks, and I'm gonna enjoy Thanksgiving break next week.
All right. All right. Well-deserved break, I would say, Dominic. Thank you very much, bud.
Thank you.
All right, let's bring in Scott Wise at third place. That it's been a while since we talked together at the end of a race, Scott. So congratulations on a very good finish. It was a little bit confusing for us here in the booth. Scoring has always got a little bit of trouble with that time expiring. It doesn't show the checkered when it should have shown the checkered, but it looks like you guys finished the race on lap 75, so it was basically a one-lap shootout. Did you have anything left there, Scott?
No, I needed a little bit better on the restart, but it's definitely a finish that was well needed. I've had some rough races earlier in the year, just some bad luck, so I'm trying to work my way back into playoff contention again. But good to see my corporate teammate take second. I really didn't want to see that last caution come out, though. I think I'd have been able to get Jim if we'd have been able to finish out on the first green-white checkered.
I hear you, man. It seems to me that I was just talking to Dominic about that as well. It kind of looks like after a good long green stint that we had, people get towards the finish and they get a little over eager, maybe, and a little bit, and obviously everybody's getting a little tired as well. Is that maybe something that contributes to that?
Oh, I'm sure it does. I mean, I'm wore out from sitting in this chair for a while. Back is a little sore, but a top three finish goes a long way towards curing all ills, as it were.
Absolutely, yes. That makes up for a lot of sores, I'm sure. So it's great to see you back up there again, Scott. It's been a while. I can't even remember when I last talked to you at the end of the race, my friend.
Unfortunately, I think it was last season at some point, but yeah, it's been a while.
Absolutely. So, well, that's going to hopefully bring you back up there in points again. Obviously, the best way to secure yourself into the playoffs would be a win, Scott.
No, I was going for it, but we got Daytona coming up here in a few weeks, so that'll be a pretty good shot for me. But yeah, it is what it is. I'm getting up there in the points now. I got some good stage points tonight to add to my third place finish, so that's looking good. But kind of hoping everybody's going to enjoy their off week next week and hopefully see some guys next Friday in the interleague event. That should be a fun time in the ARCA cars at North Wilkesboro.
Absolutely. That's always a fun track, especially in the cars that are just a tad slower than this, maybe, but it's still going to be a raging race, I'm sure. That's a fun track to be at. So, all right, Scott, thanks very much, my friend. Any love yous and thank yous you want to bring into the world?
I just want to thank the wife for teaming up with me to put this league together. It's had its ups and downs with trying to deal with things on the administrative side, but we have fun with it. I want to thank the team I drive for and the other team that I own for sticking with it, and they're doing their part for us. And thank all our sponsors: Wise Guy Graphics, Wise Choice Contracting, DXP, Superior Templating, and anybody else that I might not remember off the top of my head. But hopefully we're keep everything going like the way this race went.
Absolutely, yeah. I will say this was feeling like old times. Coming back from season one, this felt pretty good.
Absolutely, it did.
All right, Scott. Thank you very much, my friend. We'll talk to you next Friday.
Yes, sir. Have a good evening.
You bet. Jim, this is Mark in the booth. Congratulations on a very well-deserved win here. A race cut short by the clock there. We would have hoped a full green-white checkered, but it turned out to be a one-lap dash there. You had a pretty good restart on that final restart, and it looked like you were pulling ahead, so your car must have still been pretty good.
Yeah, I kind of got lucky because I was able to stretch the second run through the second stage there, and I was able to pit. And then the yellow came out. I split the last run in half, so I only had about 8 laps on my tires when the yellow came out, when the first yellow came out. So that I think that was the advantage right there was by only having 8 laps on my tires.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. And there was a few other guys. For instance, Jordan Berry gave up the lead for those new tires on one of those final yellows there, and that kind of surprised me because even though you're still in the tail end of the top 10, it is always tough to work your way forward at these final laps, and you never know. And as happened is another yellow comes out and that kind of stops your ambitions anyway. Were you surprised to see those guys to the pit?
Not really, because if you did the fuel, they would have had to pit anyways for fuel, I believe, more so than tires. So they probably would have ran out of fuel. And I would have bet they thought if they pitted then, and if it went green, they'd had enough laps to get back near the front again with the fuel. So, because I was playing the fuel mileage more than anything myself, and it worked out in my favor.
Absolutely. I believe that Jordan was good for fuel, although you're starting to make me doubt because of the green white checkers. You add some extra laps, obviously. That may have been his consideration for sure. But yeah, it looked like you handled that fuel situation better than anybody, and with brand new tires there at the end, it looked like you had a very strong finish here, Jim. So congratulations! Is this your first win in the league?
Yes, sir. So I have some people I need to thank. I need to thank Scott Wise and BPRL for inviting me into the league and letting me join. I appreciate that very much. He's a great owner, along with his wife. I also like to thank 4X and the 2X team that I belong to. Uh, GTR simulators, which is what I have, and they're great simulators. Anybody looking to get a simulator, go to gtr.com. Serve Pro, Dynamax, Great House, KC Designs. If you need a car painted, look up Casey Duncan. He's the man. Functional Fitness and BlairRacing.com. I can't thank these guys enough. They let me on the team, and they let me in the league. Scott and Lauren did, and it's been fun so far, and I've had a great time.
Absolutely. Well, I appreciate all those nice words for your sponsors, Jim. I was going to ask you that anyway, but you've already beat me to it. That's fine. Congratulations once again, my friend. It is a great league, and it looks to me like you've been running very steadily. I mean, you're maybe not always up there in the top three, but you're always up there in the top half or top third of the field, and you're always there in contention for some good points. So congratulations on that. I'm glad you like it. We enjoy having you, and we enjoy watching you race, man.
Oh yeah, thank you. We got a lot of clean drivers in here, a lot of good guys, and as much as I love winning, this is awesome, and I just want to race clean and have a lot of respect for people, and I want people to have respect for me. So, if I finish 10th, 12th, 15th, and I have a clean race and nobody's mad at me at the end of the race, that's a small win in itself.
Absolutely, I couldn't agree with you more. It's not just about being the winner all the time. It's about having fun and racing. Having fun racing with other people doesn't really. I always say, when I race myself, I'm not the greatest driver either. And as long as I have somebody to race with in a race and I finish it, I'm good. That's the fun I have.
Sir, I wouldn't agree with you more on that. And I'd also like to thank Ryan Branchow, Ron Schutte, Casey Duncan, Chris Scala, teammates. They all helped me out. Andrew, Mraz, they all helped me out. And it's we're all a team, and it shows. And it's awesome to be a part of it.
Absolutely. All right. Thank you very much, Jim. Go celebrate, my friend. You deserve it.
Sir, I will. And thank you very much. You do an awesome job at broadcasting.
Thank you very much. All right, folks. that'll do it for tonight here at Pocono. As said, I apologize for the scoring system not being able to handle those time expirations very well. It looked like the situation as you see it on your screen, that is the correct order in which they finished on lap 75. They did a one lap shootout there. The flags on your screen didn't match that, but that is the correct order. Jimmy Thorndike, you heard from him. He's your winner. Dominic Capilupo is in second. Scott Wise, a very strong finish for Scott. And as said, it's been a while, and we're very happy to see him back up there again. Aaron Gerwitz in fourth. Ryan Nicoletta and Andrew Moore, J.D. Crow, Guy Snyder, Roger Matthias, Randy Bledsoe, Anthony Handley. Jordan Berry had a little issue there on that final turn, I believe, and ran up and scraped the wall, so that kind of took his hopes for a win away there. Ryan Branshaw in 13th, Ron Schutte, David Dolliver, Chris Scala, Dwight Beverly, substitute driver for Brian Fallon, finishes in a very respectable 17th position. Bill Voigt in 18th. Let's see if we can turn the page here. From 18th on, then we have Don Bellerby is in 19th. Byron McDonald, Jason Branch. Jason must have had an issue there at the end as well. 4 laps down. Avery Wilson had a tough race tonight. Caden Henry Oaks, same thing. Randy Perdue, Kevin Nicoletta, Ryan Brainville, Andrew Mraz. Tough call for him. Mark Allen in 28th. And let's see if we have any more. Yes, we do. Jeff Ryan. The guys you see down there on the bottom just simply had a tough night here tonight, and that's unfortunate, but that's part of racing as well. All right, folks, as you heard, next week for Thanksgiving, we're having a little break. There will be an event which is a joint event between several leagues that come together at North Wilkesboro, and I'm sure we're going to be there. So I don't know the exact times yet, but we'll obviously have that planned on YouTube, so you can follow that as well. Then this truck series will be back on December the 4th, on Friday night, December the 4th, in Kansas, to continue with round number 7 of the Misfit Media Blown Piston Racing League on Friday night. We thank our sponsors, Wise Choice Contracting, for helping us out with the graphics here, Wise Guy Graphics as well. Obviously, we thank all our sponsors, ST for the caution sponsorship. And we have the Cup Blue Pole Award. We appreciate them sponsoring that. R&R Hard Charger Award. And let me see if I can find out real quickly who is the final driver that picks that up tonight. That looks to me like that is J.D. Crow in 7th position. He picks up that R&R Hard Charger Award. We acknowledge SFI for the sponsoring the Lucky Dog as well. So, folks, 2 weeks from today, these trucks will be back. Next week, we'll be doing a special event. We hope to see you for all of it. Sunday nights, we'll have the B Cup cars in the Blown Piston Racing Series, sponsored by JM Transport. So hopefully, we'll catch you back on there as well. Let me mention tomorrow.